Hi guys, it's Chelsea, and today I am back with you guys again to give you another car tutorial. I put one of these videos out last week about how to change your air filter in your car, and my mechanic, Joseph, my good friend, we decided to make like a little series for you guys, just how to take care of basic car stuff for anybody that lives on the road or is also living a nomadic lifestyle, or just like if you have a car, it could be useful. Today we are doing how to change your oil, and this is one that I've been wanting to do because I know a lot of people like me. I used to know just how to add oil to my car when it was getting low, but I never knew how to actually get all the old oil out to put new oil in, and so I figured this would be pretty helpful to some of you. So today we are going to be changing the oil on his sister's car, which is a 2009 Pontiac Vibe, and the way that you change the oil for different cars, it might vary a little bit from car to car, but overall my car is an SUV, so it has some like ground clearance and you can actually get under it. But for cars like this one that we are about to be working on, there's not a lot of room underneath it. So we definitely recommend jacking up your car, but then also like putting jack stands in there as well, because you never know. Safety first. You don't want that car falling on you. You need to get it up off the ground a little bit, just because you can't get under it if not. You are gonna need something to drain the oil into, and it probably shouldn't be like too high of a container just because you have to fit it under your car. Obviously at the shop he's got oil pans that he uses. Anything that can catch oil, probably about like a gallon, you said?
Yeah, 2 gallons to be safe, because a lot of stuff takes like 6 quarts.
2 gallons to be safe. I was going to talk about how to dispose of your oil after you've changed it. Joseph says that you can take the oil that is drained out of your car to like any dump station. They have like a waste oil tank that you can put it in, or you could go to like a shop or anything around your area and just ask them if they can take your oil for you. And actually I've been offered that a couple times on the road, so I know that a couple shops do that, but just check with them before you drive over there. Maybe give them a ring.
All right, before we start, I was gonna show you guys like the tools you'll need to change your oil. There's all kinds of different like oil filter wrenches and pliers you can use. There's like the plier style like this. They have straps. You'll either need a ratchet and socket set to break the oil plug loose, or just regular old wrenches. Before you start, you're gonna have to go to like a parts store, and you give them the year, make, and model of your car. They'll give you the oil filter you need. Depending on your car, like these cups may or may not be necessary.
Okay, and just to like interject really fast, sorry about my hand being so shaky. None of the tools or parts that you'll need in this is something that's like inaccessible to you. If you're not a mechanic, you can go to like Sears or wherever and just tell the people there like your make and model, and they'll be able to get all the parts for you. So this is totally something that you can do by yourself, and so just, I don't want you to be like intimidated about the fact that a mechanic is doing this right now, because I could do this if you taught me. Okay, for the record everybody, when you change your oil, it's probably gonna be at the front of your vehicle. So when I go under this car and start getting these shots, I just want you to know I'm under the front side of this right here.
Sometimes it's not open like this where you can get to everything. There might be like a plastic shield over everything that's just held in by like simple fasteners that if you have any like simple toolkit, you'll be able to take loose. Find your oil pan and the filter. There'll be like a little bolt in the oil pan. That's your oil plug. You don't have to be like super strong to break an oil plug loose. It'll break loose. Put your drain pan underneath it. It'll get to a certain point where it spins fairly easily. So you just take your fingers. I mean, you're gonna get a little dirty. You let it drain. You don't have to like wait until every single drop dribbles out, because oil's pretty thick. Pour out until it's like not a big stream anymore. This is dribbling like this, but don't worry about that. That's empty now. You just put the plug back in. So tighten your oil plug back up after you drain all your oil out. You know, keep a rag so you can wipe the mess off when you're done. Go to your oil filter, crack it loose with one of the tools I showed you earlier. Once you crack it loose, you can use your hand. When you first break the filter loose, some oil is gonna come out of the top of it. You just wait a little while. As you take the filter loose, like, keep in mind, think of it as like a glass with a drink in it, because there's gonna be oil in it. So try to hold it upright so you spill less, make less of a mess. When you take the oil filter off, you see it should have this rubber seal right here. Make very sure that this rubber seal is still in the oil filter, because sometimes they can stay stuck to the engine. That rubber seal we were talking about, before you put the new filter on your engine, take a dab of your old motor oil, get it on your finger, and rub it on this seal. Put it on dry, you know, it's rubber, you're tightening it against something, it could wrinkle up, you know, and not make a good seal. I was talking about how this ring can stay stuck up there. It's way more likely to stay stuck up there if you don't lubricate it first. Take it, you thread it on, you get it snug, and then turn it roughly a quarter of a turn, and it's tight. Do it by hand. You don't need those filter wrenches and stuff to tighten it up the same way you did to break it loose. Unless you're Hercules, you're totally fine just trying to get it as tight as you can with your hand. That's it. As far as what oil you need to put in your car, your cap will have the recommended oil for your engine. To know the oil capacity of your car, when you go to the local parts house and tell them, you know, the year, make, and model of your car, they'll know how much oil you need to put in your car.
Or you could Google it.
Yeah, the internet is a great thing. Pour it in. After you get all done draining and refilling the oil, you still want to check your oil level with your dipstick just to be, you know, thorough and everything. You pull the dipstick and wipe it off one time first, because it'll get oil splashed up on it while the engine's running. So you pull it out once, wipe it off, put it back in, pull it out, and you'll have these the little hash marks on the dipstick. Like, if you're at the bottom mark, you're a quart low. And you know, this car is full.
Okay, so I hope that that was simplified enough for you guys, and I hope that a couple of you guys found that useful. I know for me, because I drive so much, and a lot of you guys that watch my channel are also nomads, I know that you guys drive a lot as well. So every 3,000 miles or so, just be sure to get on that and change your oil out and stuff. Make sure that you comment below any other suggestions that you want to see about how to take care of on your car, because I think this series could be pretty helpful, like I've said 1.5 times. I guess to sum it all up, raise your car up off the ground if it's got a low clearance, and then get up under your car. Make sure you have an oil pan under there or something to drain all the oil into. Take out the oil plug or the drain plug and make sure your oil all gets in the pan. Put that plug back in, and then take out the oil filter, which is that cylinder shaped thing. It was white in this car, and then we put in a black one, I'm pretty sure. Make sure that the seal is not there. Lubricate the new seal for the new filter. Put that thing in there, and then clean up, and you're pretty much done underneath the car. After you go above the car, done underneath, you gotta put no oil in it. Make sure that you don't forget that part, you guys. Don't be dumb, you know? You drained oil out, put oil in it when you're done. Find out the type of oil that you need based off what the cap says on there, or just Google it. If you don't know the amount of oil that you're supposed to put in, ask the person at a shop, whatever shop you get all the parts at, or just Google it. Like we said, the internet is a beautiful thing. put all that back in there, close it up, and you're pretty much done. And then after you put all the oil in there, just make sure you check it with the dipstick like we showed you how to do, and that pretty much sums it up. So Mechanics 101, that's how you change your own oil. And I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up and all that bullshit, and then I'll see you in the next one.